Welcome to What's New in Blackboard since the last time we talked about Blackboard for October 2025. This month, I have 3 things to share with you. One that works in both Ultra and Original courses, and 2 that are just for Ultra courses. There's a new feature in Respondus Monitor that allows you to record the student's screen only in the case that you don't need a video of the student taking the test. We also, in Ultra, have the ability to add block styling to items on a document. What does that mean? I'll show you in a few minutes. And now you can also add metadata or tags to test questions to help you find them when you're looking to reuse a question on an exam in your course. Let's get started. Let's start with that Respondus piece that lets us use only a recording of what's on the student's monitor without having to record the entire testing environment. This one is easy to access from the Respondus dashboard. If you need a reminder on how to get there, on your original course, you can go all the way down to the course management area and expand the course tools menu. From there, you choose Respondus Lockdown Browser, which will show you a list of the exams in the course. Go to the exam that you want to apply this to, click the drop-down and choose Settings. You have to require the Lockdown Browser before you can require Lockdown Browser Monitor. That'll open some new options, and so you can then require Respondus Monitor. This section right here, where you have webcam only, webcam and screen only, this is new. So if you only need to record the student's screen, that's the option you pick. You can change all your other advanced settings as usual, hit save and close, and now you can see that the Lockdown Browser is required and Respondus Monitor will be doing screen recording. The process to turn on the screen recording is the same once you get to the Respondus Lockdown Browser dashboard in Ultra, but you actually access it via a test. So here's the test. And if I go to Settings, under Assessment Security, I have the option to access the Lockdown Browser dashboard. Once that's launched, it's the exact same process as it was over in Original. Require the Lockdown Browser, require Respondus Monitor, and choose that you want screen only. Now that we've covered the Respondus information that anyone can use, let's move on to Ultra courses. Ultra courses now have block styling, and I said I'd tell you what that means. To add block styling to an item, you go into a document and edit your content. If you hover over any piece, you get some options, one of which is this little artist palette. By clicking it, you can choose to set this up as a question, a tip, a key point, or next steps. Let's go ahead and set this as next steps, which puts a green box around it with an arrow. This would be a tip. It's telling us how to do it. And so that gets a yellow box with a light bulb. Be sure to click Save before you move away from the course. And now certain items on your page will attract a lot more attention. One of the things that's been heavily requested in Ultra is the addition of metadata or tags for questions. Last month we got the ability to add titles, but now we can add tags as well. You can add this to questions directly in a test or in your question banks. I'm going to show you how to do it in question banks, but the process is exactly the same. So I've gone into my question banks and I'm going to go into this question bank. If I want to add metadata to this first test question, I click the 3 dots and choose Edit. Now I already added the question title last month, but now I can add tags. Scroll down, and after all the question information, there's a switch for question metadata. Clicking that switch brings up a text box where you can put in question tags. I already have a tag dog in this course for another test, but let's make one called sewing terms. I get the option to create it, and it is added in the little pill. Once I click Save, it shows up right here on the screen, allowing me to see my tags without having to go into the test. This will make it easier to see exactly what any given test question is about when I go to reuse them in other tests. That's all I have for you this month. I'm sure Anthology will have more great features available for us next month. Until then, have a great quarter.